Hey everybody, my name is Corinne the Tulip, and this is a little weird because we're at home and we're not in person in class, but we're gonna make it work. So stick around. Today I'm gonna be talking about Hawaiian and Polynesian culture and the traditional music that's involved in it. Alright, if you hear in the background, this is actually a traditional music piece that is accompanied with the hula dance. Traditional Polynesian and Hawaiian music is accompanied with many instruments of varieties, which I will go over in a second, and most of the lyrics come from poems that people write for each other. The first instrument that I'm going to be introducing is probably the most common instrument, and I'm pretty sure most people know what this is, and this is the ukulele. The ukulele is a 4-stringed instrument, and you have 4 tuning pegs up here, and it is called the ukulele because in Hawaiian terms it means jumping fly, because when you strum, your hands are like jumping fly. So that's pretty cool. There are 4 main types of ukuleles. There's a concert, a soprano, a tenor, and a baritone ukulele. This one is a soprano ukulele because it is strummed higher, and it is also made with plastic strings. Typically the tenor and baritone ukuleles have metal strings, which give it a deeper and lower sound. I'm actually going to play a little bit for you, so I hope you enjoy. Most concert ukuleles are tuned in the C chord, which is right here. And then you just like the jumping fly thing, so it's just like... And I forgot to mention this, but each song that is played has a different strumming pattern, which makes it unique, and also different notes that are played in a different sequence. So the ukulele is a very unique instrument because you can pick each string, or you can strum each string, and then you can also change how high you make your music. So like I mentioned earlier, that was a concert ukulele, and this one is a bit bigger, and it's a baritone ukulele, and it is also made with the metal string, so it has a deeper sound, but it's still tuned the same. So this is C, and so on and so forth. Moving on to the next instrument. This instrument is a percussion instrument, and it is called the Ipoo. The Ipoo kind of looks like 2 pumpkins on top of each other, but it is a hollow figure 8 shaped instrument with a hole in the top to make the sound escape when you tap it with your fingers. This is a very important instrument used in the hula to help keep the beat and the tempo, and it is also a part of contemporary Hawaiian music. Since I don't have one of these instruments, here is a video clip that I found that kind of demonstrates how it is used and how it sounds.
Ulihiaka mauna vela ikeani vela no puka puka o kuia ihanale ke ako haku puula umaiuka ke kako iokala mai karua kamari kari kolore ore a.
So as you can see in here, the tapping and the different rhythm and beats on the floor help to keep and maintain the rhythm and the beat of the song. The next instrument that I'll be going over is called the Pawu, which in Hawaiian refers to drum. And here's a video clip explaining more about the Pawu and how it is played.
Smaller ones are made for hula, and these are our hula drums made from the stumps of the coconut tree, and the skin or the drum heads are made from the belly of the mano or shark. These are used in hula kahiko, and it has a very distinct sound. As you can see, they come in many sizes and shapes. This would be one of the percussion instruments for hula that coincide with the dance steps of hula. This is how it sounds when the tempo drums or the pahu are played. Ma ko ko.
This is the final instrument I will be going over today, and that is the Ohi Hano Ihu, which is otherwise known as the nose flute. It sounds a little awkward at first, but is actually a very simple instrument that is made out of bamboo with a couple holes poked in it. The instrument is used exactly how it sounds, by blowing through one nostril while plugging the other, and also using your 3 fingers to cover the holes to make different notes. A fun fact about this instrument is that it actually was played to help settle the nerves of people getting tattoos. Here is a video demonstrating how this instrument is played. If you thought playing the flute was difficult, now try to play it through your nose. This is a very unique instrument and definitely takes skill to play. Since I had mentioned tattoos, I thought I'd go more in depth about what they mean. Traditionally, tattoos were made for men because they were a sign of bravery and power. The original style of getting a tattoo was actually pretty painful. The first tattoos were designed by cutting into the skin and then filling it with a mixture of ash and soot, which dried into a deep black ink. Many Hawaiians got tattoos because they were able to tell their story through their tattoos, and it was also a good representation of their culture and where they grew up. If you have ever been to Hawaii, I have not, but most travelers go to see the hula dance. The hula dance is a unique way of storytelling used in Hawaiian cultures. It is a form of art that is highly respected, which animates history, genealogy, prophecy, and tales of those who came before. The hula dances are paired with musicians and the instruments that I had mentioned before, and together make a beautiful piece of music. I found a video that explains more of what the hula means, and I'm going to play it for you now.
In Hawaii, we have a term, kuleana, which means responsibility. To be a kumuhula, that's a huge kuleana. The Hawaiian people did not have a written language, and it was the hula that kept all the stories alive. And I take that responsibility of perpetuating the hula very, very serious.
It's your one song of the night. You're only dancing one song.
People say, is hula a pastime? Is it a hobby? The hula is our bridge to the past, the foundation of our Hawaiian people. It's my life. "60 women have to tell the same story. So we have to dance as one, think as one, our souls need to be as one." There's a time in our history when hula was forbidden. That was a sad time in our history. But King Kalakaua said, the hula is the heartbeat of the Hawaiian people. So where there is Hawaiian people, there needs to be the hula.
One of my favorite things about the hula is how in sync each of the performers are. Like the video said, this group had 60 women who were all working together to make a perfect unison and tell the story. To conclude, another thing that I really like about the Hawaiian and Polynesian culture is their means of family, or ohana. Family is not necessarily those that are blood related, but that are connected by relationship ties. The bigger the family and the community, the better this music and the more connected everyone is, and honestly, the more fun you have. And that's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed and got to learn a little bit more about Hawaiian and Polynesian cultures.